everyone. Welcome to our new YouTube channel, The House of Chemistry. Today's topic is Radical Chemistry Part 1. So, in this overview, we are discussing only four things. First one is common pattern of mechanism, second one, radical initiator, third one, radical inhibitor, fourth one, reactivity selectivity principles. In common pattern of mechanism, there are six types of mechanism processing they are following. So first one, homolytic cleavage, addition to pi bond, hydrogen abstraction, halogen abstraction, elimination, and coupling. So one question arises here, will this radical undergo rearrangement like carbocation? This radical will not undergo any rearrangement like carbocation because rearrangement is not a part of this radical reaction mechanism process. So in radical reaction mechanism pattern, there are six mechanism patterns and these are three steps. So these six mechanism patterns are the part of these three steps. These three steps are initiation step, propagation step, termination step. In the initiation contains 1 and termination contains 1 and propagation contains 4. These four patterns. So in homolytic cleavage, this XX bond cleave and formation of a new radicals. Question is why heat and light is required to break this bond homolytically. So answer is for homolytic cleavage, large amount of energy required. That amount of energy can be supplied in the form heat or light. In propagation, first part is addition to a pi bond. In this, X radical combine with pi bond to form a new radical by destroying the double bond. In hydrogen abstraction, a radical, this is X radical, abstract the hydrogen atom and formation of a new radical. In halogen abstraction, a R radical can abstract only halogen atom to formation of a new radical. In elimination process, weak bond is cleaved by homolytically to formation of a new double bond and a new radical compound. In termination step, that is part of coupling pattern. In this, XX radical combine to form a new XX compound. So you can see here, homolytic cleavage and coupling both are reverse processes. This is reactant to product and this is product to reactant. Okay. Similarly, addition to pi bond and elimination are reverse processes because this reactant and this product both are equal and this product and this reactant are equal. But in case of hydrogen abstraction and halogen abstractions, these are not matching. This reactant and this product are not matching, while this reactant and this product is not matching. Hydrogen abstraction and halogen abstractions are not reverse processes. Radical initiator. Radical initiator. What is radical initiator? A radical initiator is a compound to help to initiate the radical reaction. Or in another terms, its definition is a compound with a weak bond that undergo homolytic cleavage with greater ease. So there are two examples we are discussing here. One is acyl peroxide, second one is AIBN. So in both of them, this in acyl peroxide, oxygen-oxygen containing bond, this bond is weak because this bond has small bond dissociation energy. After formation of radical, this radical is resonance stabilized. That's why this reaction is going forward. Similarly here, this N double bond N goes out as a N2 gas and formation of a new radical. This radical is also resonance stabilized. In radical inhibitor is just reverse to the radical initiator. Radical inhibitor, we call it effectively destroy radicals and its another name is radical scavenger. Its definition is a compound that prevents a chain process from either getting started or continuing. So there are two examples we are discussing. One is molecular oxygen, O2. O2 is a diradical species here, not a neutral species. And second one is hydroquinone. So in diradical species, this diradical species O2 can destroy up to two another radical units. Okay. Similarly, hydroquinone also can destroy two radicals. So this is a mechanism process we can see here. This is a hydroquinone. First step is this radical abstracting the hydrogen and formation of this new radical. this radical is stabilized by resonance, and another second radical is there. Now here also hydrogen abstraction mechanism process is following the formation of new another oxygen radical. These this oxygen radical and this oxygen radical undergo resonance to form a benzoquinone. So this benzoquinone first radical destroying, second radical destroying, and formation of a new benzoquinone. For discussing reactivity and selectivity principle, we are dividing into two parts. One is reactivity criteria that relates to rate. Another one is selectivity criteria that relates to specific site. So for reactivity and selectivity criteria, we are discussing here two processes. One is chlorination process, second one is bromination process. Here we are taking an example of ethane molecule. In ethane molecule, chlorination of ethane gives a ethyl chloride, while bromination of a ethane molecule gives a ethyl bromide compound. So change in entropy is what? Number of product molecule minus number of reactant molecule. So you can see here in the reactant these two molecules, and the product there are two molecules. Similarly here in bromination process, two molecules in the reactant and two molecules in the product. So delta S is what? Number of product molecules minus number of reactant molecule. So 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. Similarly here 2 product molecule minus 2 reactant molecule gives out to 0. What is delta G? Delta G is a change in free energy. This equation came from thermodynamic. Delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. Delta H is change in enthalpy, while T is temperature. Delta S is change in entropy. So for both the process, chlorination process delta S is 0 and bromination process delta S is 0. So both the process, when we put delta S is 0, so this terms neglected and left out term is delta G is equal to delta H for both the processes. So here we are making a strategy to find out the rate. So we are comparing this delta H value overall for propagation step as well as hydrogen abstraction step. Okay, and this delta H value we are comparing with rate determining step, and rate determining step to activation energy and activation energy to rate. In reactivity criteria, delta H value of propagation step, there are two propagation steps here. First one is hydrogen abstraction, second one is halogen abstraction. When X is a possibility of two atoms, one is chlorine, second one is bromine. So these are the experimental data. These delta H value for chlorine, this delta H value for bromine. So for hydrogen abstraction, you can see here delta H value for chlorine, that is minus, it means delta H value and negative, it means exothermic process, and delta H here positive, it means endothermic reaction. But here both of them value negative. So this value indicates this process for chlorination as well as bromination for halogen abstraction is exothermic reaction, and overall both are negative. So overall process for chlorination as well as bromination process are exothermic processes. By this halogen abstraction, here is a large difference in between the delta H value. So this is the only step that we can determine rate determining step, or short form is called RDS. RDS is also hydrogen abstraction for both the steps, and here delta H for bromination is higher than delta H for chlorination. Here is positive 42 and here is negative 21. In reactivity criteria, rate determining step for chlorination is exothermic, while in bromination it is endothermic. So rate determining step we are calculating here directly by activation energy. So activation energy of bromination is greater than activation energy of chlorination. So here you can see that activation energy for chlorination is lower in potential energy versus reaction coordinate diagram, while in bromination process potential energy versus reaction coordinate diagram activation energy is too much high. So to reach out that transition state, it requires less energy and less time. While to reach out that much this transition state, it requires large amount of energy and lot of time. So here rate is high and here rate is small. So bromination occurs slowly than chlorination process. Selectivity criteria can be explained by Hammond postulate. Hammond postulate says that how do we define the transition state structure? So it states that the structure of a transition state resembles that of the species nearest to it by those species which is nearest to transition state energy. Okay, so in the chlorination process for hydrogen abstraction step, reactant energy is closer to transition state energy. So reactant structure is related to transition state structure, while in bromination process for hydrogen abstraction step, transition state energy is closer to intermediate energy. So intermediate structure related to this transition state structure. In selectivity criteria, the chlorination process amount of radical character is small due to lower activation energy and transition state energy is comparable to reactant energy. So you can see here, this is the transition state for chlorination process. In this transition state, this radical character, amount of radical character is small, but here in this amount of radical character is high. Why? Here amount of radical character is small because of lower activation energy. This small amount of radical character represents bond is only beginning to break, and high amount of radical character represents this bond is almost completely broken. Selectivity criteria. Here in the chlorination process as well as in bromination process, the same order is following. The difference here is activation energy. Here activation energy is small. In the selectivity criteria, transition state energy as well as intermediate energy following the same trend, but reason for both of them are different. So reason for transition state energy order is the only steric crowding factor, while in case of intermediate energy order, the stabilizing factor is hyperconjugation for both the processes, chlorination as well as bromination processes. Conclusion. Reactivity criteria explained through thermodynamic parameters, while selectivity criteria explained by Hammond postulates. So reactivity selectivity principle says that chlorination process occurs faster than bromination process, while bromination process is more sensitive than chlorination process. I hope you like this video.